Welcome to Designing and Making Automata. This short video will show you how this program will help your students to create imaginative and well-designed automata. The next few short movies are Year 8 projects. The next few short video clips are just examples of the possible 120 Year 8 projects that this program has to show.
You can see a man trying to catch a rabbit burrow.
This short video of the back of this automata is typical of the explanation your students will get to show them how to be successful. There is a large section in the program that will talk about the moving objects on top, how they work and how they're made. This program is also ideal for Key Stage 4 and 5. This automata of a golfer is a typical GCSE project. There are many excellent examples of professionally made automata. This one of a line was designed and made by Ron Fuller, a world-renowned automata designer. Run this program on your school network, use it on your whiteboard, or make copies and send it home with your students. Each of the 120 Key Stage 3 automata will have a real in-depth explanation of how they're made and how they work. These screens show close-up images. You'll also have movies, text and sound to explain how these lovely Year 8 automata work. The design section will give you excellent web links for both looking at different automata and doing research on mechanisms. Each of the many mechanisms will be explained in real detail, show you how to mark it out, how it's made, and also give examples of how other automata have used it. This short movie shows how we can change rotational movement around 90 degrees. It will talk about ratio and direction change. The What Movement section will help you decide on what movement you need to use for what particular output you want to achieve. This short movie talks about pulleys, direction change and ratio. The clear and easy to use planning sheet will help your students work out what mechanisms they require to achieve the movement for their objects on top. Each section for every mechanism will have an introduction, marking out, making and application. This shows the inside of a fishing reel. It shows a typical bevel gear and how the inside of a fishing reel works.
One time on handle, turn this wheel 3 times. There's also an eccentric cam. This turning rotatory movement into reciprocation.
In this particular situation it talks about marking out cams. This is a stage-by-stage explanation of how a snail cam is made. This section shows how pulleys are made. It goes through various sections. This still will show you how to set up the sounding disc. Then short movies will explain how you sound the 2 sides of the pulley before you glue them together. The application section will show how other automata have used pulleys. Diagrams will also explain about ratio and how pulleys have been put together. This short movie shows how a car and a driver is working through using a series of pulleys. Your moving objects on top can be simple 2D printed images on MDF, or they can be made from modelling magic, as shown here. Using collars to transfer movement from the mechanism to your object is very important. This short move will explain how a collar is required to make sure that the follower goes straight up and down and is not pushed to the side by the cams that you make. There are many cam situations that need to be solved. This one of turning is one example.
To stop the follower turning, you can bend the wire where it meets the cam and return it back into the automata box. See how this works.
Each of the design problems will be solved by stage demonstration as shown on the screen. All aspects of workshop practice is shown. The safety section is very detailed. The teaching section is very detailed. It gives you lesson plans, schemes of work, everything you need for an Ofsted inspection. The homework section will help you cover all the theory required. Use the student examples to encourage your students to be creative. Here you can see a typical Year 8 project where they've used the theme of Strictly Dancing to help with their automata.
It uses a series of eccentric cams to create the movement. It has 2 shafts using a pulley system.
Thank you for watching this presentation. I hope you found it interesting and that you feel that this program might help you inspire your students and help you teach automata.